Hey guys, it's Beardo with White Rock Dodge, and I'm back again, and as promised, we're going to be giving you some burnouts in Fluffy, which is in my possession now. But first, I'm going to go to Harp Auto Trim to get some new decals put on, AMW 505 on the hood, and some decals in the back that show that it's America's Most Wanted. And then we're off to Epic for a new tune and a retorque, because it needs that. And then we're going to do some burnouts. So stay tuned for that. Let's get to it. Okay, man.
Hey.
Jimmy, what are you doing? You hiding from me? You hiding your face? We're doing some burnouts in Fluffy today. You excited? Yeah, he's excited. He just doesn't want to show it. I have a question for you. You're gonna help me with some Fluffy burnouts today?
Oh yeah.
Perfect. He absolutely hates me. He's eating his lunch, but we're gonna do some burnouts today, right?
Today?
Yes.
I'm always in for burnouts.
Perfect. Okay, so now with the decals installed, I'm on my way to Epic Adventure Outfitters, and I might as well tell you about my experience so far with driving Fluffy. It is an absolute dream to drive. Everything feels very factory. The heated seats work, the heated steering wheel works, everything works. The lockers, the auxiliary switches, the four-wheel drive system, navigation, CarPlay, it all works as it should. Now, the one thing that I will say that really impressed me the most is how easily this motor went in, and how turnkey it really is. It feels like a factory truck. The number one thing that I will say that was really blowing my mind is the steering. It's no longer the electrostatic or whatever it's called steering. This steering is run from the belt. That means that the pressure in the lines is way more PSI in the steering lines. And so you get this super nice, very smooth and very light steering. It took me about a week to get used to, and I don't know if all Jeep owners are gonna like it, but man, is it a difference. It's almost like driving a race car now. You could even say it almost feels like hydro steering, which I personally haven't experienced, but from what I understand, it makes your steering way lighter. So yeah. We are here. Here, you got a new tune for me.
That's right.
Lovely.
Oh, hi.
How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
Excellent.
Excellent.
What's going on here?
We're just doing some plumbing for the hydro steer. Just trying to get some lines to go up, follow the geometry of the suspension so that it doesn't bind.
When it fires up, great?
Yeah, it runs great. Yeah, it runs great. Yeah, no rad in it yet, so. It's self-cooling.
So you guys haven't fired it up yet?
No, we haven't run it yet.
Oh, okay.
No. It's a lot to do on this one, right? It's both differentials, engine, tranny, skid plates, the hydro steer, it's all that being added to it, right?
Crazy. So. This is Sean from the Story Till Now's new AMW engine swap Gladiator that Epic Adventure Outfitters is doing, and he's got the 426.
He does. He has the 426 in this one.
And the new axles too, right?
And the new axles, the Dana 60s front and rear on this one. It has both 60s in this one. I know that there was talk about doing an 80 in the rear, but I don't think it's necessary.
No, not at all. 60s are robust enough. I mean, look at the size of that.
This thing, assuming the thing's going to be a machine to be reckoned with out there, that's for sure. Man, what is he? I think he's running 40s on this one.
Yeah. Hence the hydro steering.
Yeah, exactly. Just a little extra help, right?
Yeah. And that's the 426 wedged up in there. 426.
This one fits better than the Demon does, though. You get a little extra room around the heads and the covers and that, so. Cool. It'll look nice. 606 horsepower in this guy. Kind of jealous, but I do love my 505 horsepower 392.
Oh, it's bright out there. How are we looking, Landon?
You really want to know?
Well, it's my truck. Yeah.
I don't know. Let's check if it actually has some oil in it first of all. We're after a low oil pressure light. Is that what it was?
Maybe you can help me figure out why this keeps happening too. That air filter keeps popping off.
Oh. Lovely.
Holy moly, this thing is hot.
Yeah. Well, the heat might have something to do with this too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New tune, hopefully it'll get rid of that engine code, which really hasn't been detrimental at all. I mean, just oil pressure sensor, but there's no issue, so
Good.
can't complain.
Do you have your keys as well?
I do have my keys. Excited for this new tune. Hopefully it gives me an extra 15 horsepower.
Yeah.
Unlikely, but one can
Unlikely.
dream. I wonder if it'll drive smoother, or I do anything smoother.
Do you want the honest truth?
Yes.
I don't know what they did, but it could be as simple as deleting a code from the registry so it never pops up again.
I guess we'll find out.
We're gonna find out.
I mean, if the oil pressure sensor was really broken, then I would have way more problems, right?
Correct.
And I haven't had any problems other than the code popping up like once every, you know, few weeks or something. It's not a huge deal. How far we've come in technology that you just plug a little thing in and now you're doing it on your phone.
That's right.
On a touch screen. Remember when touch screen wasn't even a thing?
I do, as a matter of fact.
Like I remember thinking like, this is never, this is like total science fiction. But as we all know, science fiction becomes science fact very quickly. Sometimes not so quick, but at least in this case. I also believe that there was like a Buick Regal in like 1980 that had like a very primitive touchscreen.
Really?
It was like green and
Okay.
sort of matrixy, but it was a touchscreen
Yeah, cool.
in the 80s.
Well
Thank
before
you.
my time.
Thank you, Steve Jobs.
Right.
I thought that thing would do it too.
That's what she said. Tough crowd.
It's been a rough week, sir.
It's not a good week, Beardo.
Not a good week.
Oh, well, I'm trying to lighten the mood a little bit.
I know.
God, that beard looks magnificent.
It's had better weeks, but it's getting there. It's not as good as yours, but it's getting there.
Yeah, well, yours is like full and lush and.
With all the gray, yeah, it's just kind of. They don't make enough just for men to me to get rid of the gray. I don't think they make it for redheads. Can't just comb it in. Maybe some food coloring when I'm doing sugar cookies at home. I don't know.
We are making some progress here, updating some firmware files of the flasher module itself.
Okay.
So you can do this yourself in the future, maybe?
Maybe if
Hint,
they'll
hint.
if they'll give me the file,
Yeah.
if I can connect to their cloud.
Yeah, you can make your own files too. Turn it up, get some real jam out of this truck.
Yeah, I can increase the horsepower maybe.
Oh, maybe.
I like your
Maybe,
style,
maybe.
Landon. I like your style. Fun.
You obviously
fun
saw
video.
the last Gymkhana, right, with Travis Pastrana?
I haven't yet. When he jumps that helicopter.
Yeah, he jumps the helicopter.
I saw some like little promo vids of that.
Yeah,
but
it's
I haven't watched
pretty-
the full video.
Pretty cool, but the Gymkhana format's getting a little long in the tooth, as far as I'm concerned. Having been a fan of it for so long.
I miss the days when he would rip through LA
Yeah, those are good.
on the pier when he almost loses it or like into the water.
Yeah, and the San Francisco going, yeah.
That was great.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay, we are ready to make some progress here. We have a revised tune that we're going to write to Beardo's truck.
Come on, baby. You can do it. Querying vehicle. A retorque would be phenomenal.
Of course.
I love you.
Is there any specific clunk or noise that you are concerned about?
In the rear, there's
Okay.
a little bit of a clunk, and I feel like there's a clunk on the driver's front. Oh, hey.
Hey,
How's it going?
it's going.
You excited?
Always.
These axles are insane.
Yeah, they're a little big. You got some girth. we like.
Holds out for you. Should.
If it doesn't, I'll call you.
Okay. So, I have a discovery.
Yeah?
One of the upper sway bar link bolts that we were looking at earlier is completely failed. So this was a bolt with threads, and as you can see, it's snapped. So there was definitely some looseness there, and upon trying to tighten it, it's gone. So there's some rework to be done.
Well, it's good to know what the problem is.
Always something new.
Yeah.
I think it was loose for so long that it was stretched, and then it just gave way because it was barely on there. So
This is drivable.
it is definitely drivable. The other one is good.
Okay.
you can see the little red line. So that's where this bolt originally would have been installed at. And so I've tightened it, and there's you can see there's a little bit of movement there, but the top is completely just shaved right off. So so you definitely don't have optimal clamping force up at the top there. So just be careful.
Sweet. Well, let me know when it's
yeah, I'll get
available
with Paul and Christian and see what's up. Never seen a bolt snap right at the top though. That's a new one.
What's the 392 life like?
392 life is fast.
I can assume that, yes. Sounds good.
I've taken this up to 200 kilometers an hour on a Mexican road.
Okay.
Not here.
Not here.
I did it in Mexico.
Not in Canada.
Not in Canada.
Mexico.
And
Very good.
this is the third car I've ever taken at 200, but it did really well. So
Handled pretty well.
no death wobble. It was stable.
That's fast on the Gladiator.
Yeah. Especially when the normal ones are governed at 157 exactly.
Yeah. Very cool, man. Very cool.
Yeah.
We haven't worn them down too much yet.
Well, they definitely aren't as new as they were.
They're not as new as they were. They're definitely not as new as they were.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh well. Yeah. Cool. Thank you very much. Okay, as promised, here are some burnouts from Fluffy.